Good morning, students. So, welcome to your history class. Today, we are going to start a new chapter of second part, that is world history, and we are going to start off with World War the Second. Now, this is quite an interesting portion. We will be dealing with one by one the events which have led to the cause of the World War the Second, then what the World War was during the course of war, and so on. Okay. So first we will start off with the factors which led to the war. That means the factors which have made the war possible. And to let you the truth that the dominant factor which was there for the Second World War to break out was the aggressive policy of Hitler to rule the world. Okay. So Hitler was the one and only reason. Hitler was the dictator of Germany. He was the one and only reason who wanted to rule the world, and as a result of which the Second World War started. Okay. So let us just start off with the one by one the factors. First, after the First World War, a union of different nations was formed, which was called the League of Nations. Okay. So in the League of Nations, many members were there, and after the end of the First World War also, Germany was held to be one of the main reasons for the outbreak of the First World War. Hence, after the First World War was over, Germany had to pay a heavy indemnification of war. That means it had to Germany had to repay a lot of debt for the occurrence of the World War. So that is why in 1925, the Locarno Pact was signed by Great Britain, France, Belgium, Germany, and Italy, where Germany accepted as permanent her frontiers as defined by the Treaty of Versailles. You have already got an idea about the Treaty of Versailles, which was agreed upon by many countries after the First World War, and it was by the Treaty of Versailles only that Germany's powers were being curbed. His its a colonial rule, the areas where Germany had started its colonial rule, had established its colonial rule, it was taken over. They were forced to give it back to the countries, to the concerned countries, and as a result of this, Germany had to pay a lot of war indemnification. Okay. So Germany became a member of League of Nations in 1926 with a permanent seat on its council. Now, when Germany became a permanent member of the League of Nations, Hitler's main aim was to now make Germany a great power. Okay. So he wanted to achieve this by his aggressive policy. The main objectives was to destroy the hated Versailles settlement, because the Treaty of Versailles proved to be a great hindrance, a great hurdle in the path of Germany becoming a superpower. Then to build up an army to recover the lost territories such as Saar and Polish corridor, and bring all Germans inside the Reich. That means under the all Germans of the world would be united under his leadership. This would involve the annexation of Austria, to take territories from Czechoslovakia, Poland. Both of these had large German minorities as a result of the peace settlement. So these were the main aims for which Hitler started to make the preparations of war. Now, a lot of events were there which actually led to the outbreak of the Second World War. Before the outbreak of the Second World War, many things happened as mm, uh, in connection with the objectives of Hitler. So, first was that means these were the procedures which Germany was taking in order to launch on the war. Okay, first is boycott of the disarmament conference of 1932. So what you have got to do, students, is that year by year you have to make a list of what are the things which happened before the outbreak of the war. Okay, so these were all actually the factors which actually led to the outbreak of the Second World War. So the point number one is Hitler had no faith in the League of Nations. So what he did in 1932, there was this World Disarmament Conference was held at Geneva. So the representatives of the 61 states, including Germany, attended the conference. Japan withdrew from the League, Germany withdrew from the League and League of Nations. France also did not have the equality of armaments with Germany. Hence, Hitler started ignoring these claims of the Treaty of Versailles. So this was the first step. Next, the German-Polish Pact of 1934. Hitler signed a 10-year non-aggression pact with Poland in January 1934. Some German territories of Poland were handed over to Poland by the Treaty of Versailles, and Hitler wanted to include every of these lost territories under his rule. So he was now gradually rising to power, which was a lot of concern for Poland. So in his non-aggression pact with Poland on January 1934, it was decided that Poland would remain a neutral buffer state between Russia and Germany, because many portions of Poland were being ruled by Russia. So, and Russia and Germany were stark enemies. So Poland was considered to be a buffer state between Russia and Germany. So for her security, Poland would be less dependent on France, but real motive of Hitler was to weaken the defense of France by separating Poland from France. Okay, so that is why the non-aggression pact of 1934 was signed, by which it wanted to take over Poland. Okay, so one by one, as you can see, his first was a German-Polish pact. Next was the plebiscite in Saar. So Saar was a region which was taken away by Germany from Germany by the Treaty of Versailles. So in 1935, what happened? Although the Saar region was detached from Germany by the Treaty of Versailles, Hitler wanted to occupy it again. And after the Treaty of Versailles was not accepted by him, the Nazis wanted to capture the Saar region in 1935, where a plebiscite was held, resulting to 90% vote in favor union with Germany. So plebiscite means an election was held between the people of Saar, where 90% vote went in favor of Germany, that they wanted to take over the country. Okay, next, this clearly showed the importance of the Nazi technique of propaganda. Then Germany also intervened in the Spanish Civil War in 1936. Okay, so this was a attempt of Germany to take over Spanish Civil War, to take over the support of Spain. Okay, because at that point of time, Spain was being attacked by Mussolini, and it was like Mussolini was a dictator of Italy. So there was a civil war which was going on at that point of time, and he wanted to have the support of Mussolini. So for that reason, Germany intervened, and it supported fascist party of Mussolini. Next, the capture of Rhineland in 1936. In the Versailles Treaty, Rhineland was declared a demilitarized zone. On 7th March 1936, Hitler announced a denunciation of Rhineland demilitarization, and according to the Locarno Agreement, Hitler occupied parts of Rhineland, and which was demilitarized by this treaty, and it started making it at a war zone and started war preparations from here. Next, Rome-Berlin-Tokyo Axis of 1937. In 1936, Hitler concluded a pact with Japan, known as the Anti-Comintern Pact, against the Russian communism. So please mark this portion as very important, students, because by this you will get to know the countries which were supporting each other in this war. Okay, so the Rome, Berlin, Tokyo, that means Italy, Germany and Japan were the forces, were the Axis powers. They were termed as the Axis powers who were fighting the war against Britain, France and England, America. Okay, they were called the Allied powers. So these were the two to areas where the war was being held. So I'll just keep it till here, because after this annexation of Austria and all requires a lot of explanation. We'll go into it one by one, little bit detail. So till that portion, you just read till here, this point number 6, one by one, what were the reasons for the factors for the outbreak of the war. Then we will continue again in the next class. Thank you, students, for listening to me. Have a nice day.